Hey guys, what's going on? FY My Pawn here, and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Since we last left off, we managed to capture Dresden, and we managed to occupy it while also becoming a Lich. Or at least, somewhat, I should say. Because we do need to construct something before we do that, or not before that. Basically, we need to do some stuff before we can become a fully fledged Lich. But, yeah. Once we do that, we will be able to do some other stuff, and you'll get to see some interesting interactions. But I digress. Without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. Alright. Regarding advancement for our characters, or at least what there has been a few things I want to go over, or at least that's the plan. So, as you probably know, we are a very sizable group at this point. There is a few things I'd like to fix, but for the most part, our group is relatively well balanced. We got most of what we need. We just need to organize a few things here and there. Namely, we do have our skeleton here, and we're going to get him a better weapon, or at least that is the plan. Because if he's going to be going into melee, we're going to need to set him up right. Because he is a power attack vital strike build, we can actually make use of that, to some degree anyways. And we can make him actually much stronger than he already is. Because skeletons on their own are actually considered one of the few weaker classes in the mix of the campaign. But with a bit of change, we can change that. Or at least a bit of alteration, I should say. But first and foremost, if I can find him, I do believe he's somewhere around here. He is not around here. Okay, so I might have to find something else then.
This way.
But alas, we need to set some things up before we move on. Mainly, we just need to get some items, as it were. We've got the exotic weapon provider and Wilser Garms. We're going to talk with Wilser. Are you going to manage the fortress now? No way, Commander. The quartermaster throws up his hands. Not in a million years. I can manage an expedition just fine, but running a fortress is a different kettle of fish. That's enough work to make a man's head explode. Which is why they sent us an expert from Neurosian. Her name is Dorgalinda Stranglehold. I've seen how she handles things. She knows what she's about. That's one, Iomade, bless her. She'll be managing the fortress, and I'll keep taking care of the soldiers just like I've been doing. Understandable. Alright. So we should probably start dealing with items and whatnot. So let's start with that. Okay, price in descending order, naturally. We're looking for wide sweep here. We're going to be buying this strictly because of a wide sweep, specifically because of it. The reason I'm getting wide sweep is because whenever this +2 scythe lands a hit, it deals its weapon damage to all adjacent enemies. This may not seem like a powerful weapon at first, but it's really good with vital strike builds. At least that's what I believe is the case. So we are going to be using it alongside anything we have, essentially. So this is going to be our skeleton's weapon, essentially. Or at least that is the intended goal with this weapon. So he won't be dealing as much damage, but he will be multiplying the damage anyways with Vital Strike. So as long as he uses Vital Strike with it, then he is going to be dealing damage to not just one enemy, but every enemy. Which is the important factor that we gotta take into account here. Alright, for weapons, we don't need hand axes, we don't need warhammers. Longsword can go. We just need to sell the crude weapons that we don't need. Axiomatic deals a certain set amount of damage for... yeah, 2d6 to law line creatures, we don't need that. Bastard Sword of Hope is only good if we have good characters, which we don't, so we sell that. Defense by offense is not that good enough. Evil Outsider Bane Spear is pretty decent if we had a spear user that uses two-handed weapons, which we don't. Quick Death is worth selling. Herald of Pain. We don't use dueling swords, so it's not that great. Headcracker is... it's actually pretty good now that I think about it. It's a stun weapon, isn't it? Stunning could actually be really useful here, I think. Vampiric Touch, we don't use a Vampiric Touch much, so might not be that great. Fracturing Battle Axe is a really great weapon for constitution damage. Let's see. This is not good enough. Lethal Squall is DC 20, so we're going to keep that just in case. This Scimitar is not good enough, so we'll sell that. Solemn Hour we're actually keeping, because it is a quest item. So we might as well just keep that on us and sell it when appropriate. Okay, Chainmail. Yeah, that's +3 chainmail, isn't it? Why is it so cheap, that chainmail? Jesus. We'll sell all this. We'll sell the breastplates. Heavy half plate. Is that... wait, that's a +3 half plate, isn't it? Why are these so cheap? I'll sell the full plate. I'll sell the mithril chain shirt. I'll sell the breastplate. I'm going to keep this half plate and chainmail because they are +3. I'm not sure what's going to be... as for looting target, we're going to sell that immediately. We don't need armor of dispersion. The Bastion of Blind Heart we're going to keep just in case, but we'll keep the other stuff here. Alright, now we've got a ton of material. Let's see what we can grab with our current pricing. Okay, the Black Dragon's Fang is a really good short sword, or long sword rather, but I don't think it's going to do us any good. Let's see, we're going to need a... we need some specific weapons if we can get our hands on them, but I highly doubt that. Or I highly doubt that we are, I should say. A Shock Frost Heavy Crossbow would be bad, but I'll hold off for now. Keen Great Axe, Frost Heavy Mace. If we can get ourselves a spear, we should be fine. Well, not a spear, but something else. Let's see. 1d3 negative energy damage, DC 15. Okay, yeah, that's not good enough. We got some unique items here, so we might be able to use those for something. I don't think anything here is going to be a good choice, though. Yeah, we're gonna expand from those. Let's see. Alright, price in descending order, naturally. Yeah, to give you a good idea, these are basically the exotic weapons vendors, so if you're looking for something specific in the exotic variety, this is the best way to do so. Otherwise, just ignore these vendors. You're going to get more items as you go on, so I wouldn't worry too much about items you're getting. Just worry about what you can get. And what's this? Grab that. Alright, there should be some more vendors around. There is a jewelry trader, yep. And an arcane weaver. Let's start with the jewelry trader. Price in descending order. Now, we can get some, we can either get the usual stuff, which is Amulets of Mighty Fists, but it really depends on what you want to get here. Phylactery is actually a really powerful material that you can use, and I'm very tempted to at least get one negative channeling phylactery, because it will increase the damage we deal with our negative channeling, as well as increase our healing when we get to that point, that is. There is also the lesser phylactery, which is basically a d6, so it's not that bad to grab one, at the very least. So we'll grab one of those. We could get a +5 to persuasion, in addition to a +1 morale on all skill checks. That wouldn't be bad, because we don't have a bard. Let's see, Glass Amulet of Clarity is pretty alright, but it's only good for mind-affecting users, which usually falls under sleep, I think, but it's not necessarily that great. Only use it if you're using enchantment, basically, which is most of the Fey-like abilities, I would assume. Okay. But we're going to definitely get the Phylactery and negative channeling. I think we'll start with that and see what the Arcane Weaver has first. Alright, price in descending order. Alright. +5 to athletics and fire resistance 30 is impressive, but not near enough good. There is the immunity to fire ability, which is nice, but we don't do enough fire to warrant it. Our enemies do, though, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. Living Flame is useless because we're negative channelers. Whenever the wearer of this robe uses divine power to summon a creature, they can choose to give these creatures holy or unholy. This is a perfect item if you're looking to go with a summoner, as you can probably imagine. Let's see. Bracers of Animal Fury. +3 enchantment bonus on attack and damage whenever the wearer is polymorphed. This is actually a really powerful item for those who have, you know, transformation powers. So this is actually really good for Beastman, I believe. So we might actually grab that. Alright. Gloves of the Ambassador. +5 to Knowledge, World, Persuasion, and Charisma. It's pretty alright. Celestial Protection. 5 resistance saving throw against demons, and 5 to Lore Religion. It's alright. Okay, Lesser Gloves of Dueling. I should definitely consider getting some arcane spells just in case, though. Just having summons of Elder quality are actually pretty powerful. Do I go with Earth Elemental then? It's tempting. I could also get Soul Reaver. I think a summon's much better here. We're gonna go with not the Fire Elemental, because most foes are going to be immune to fire. Of normal variety, I should say. We should probably get something with... Honestly, if it's just a DR, I think we can go with Elder Earth Elementals without too much hassle. These will be our saving grace, essentially. Just in case we ever need them. We should probably also get a protection from spells going, because that is a +8 to skills. I should also probably get Mind Blank in the worst case scenario, but I should be fine. I'd rather have an AoE if I can, among all other buffs. We are going to get Frost Giant as well, I think. I might as well go hard on the summons, at least somewhat. Because the future is always going to be uncertain. Okay. What else we got? We've got Scrolls of Dragonkind, naturally. Alright, that should do it. Alright, so these Bracers of Animal Fury are gonna go to Beastman specifically. So, yep, we give that to him. Once he's transformed, he's going to get a +3 enchantment bonus on attack and damage. I'm not sure. I guess the Amulet of Mighty Fists is kind of useless now, in that case, if we go with the Bracers of Animal Fury. Which it makes sense, right? And he's going to be polymorphed for the most part, so might as well just focus him in on that. For the negative channeling, do I give it to Merman? I think we give it to Merman, don't we? No, we actually don't, because he doesn't have that many channels. Instead, we actually give it to Skeletor, as odd as that sounds. At least for now, anyways. Alright, Merman, you're going to be getting... not Mental Flow. Well, actually, yeah, I'm tempted to. Yeah, let's give you Mental Flow. Let's see, Triclops, you are an intelligence-based character. Actually, in that case, I should probably change it, shouldn't I? We'll give you Charisma. We'll give you the Mental Flow. Because that intelligence will help your casting, I do believe. Alright. Beastman, you're going to want Wisdom, because you're a Wisdom caster. Trapjaw is not caster. Evelyn is, but she uses Intelligence. So I guess, yeah, no, Trapjaw should probably go with Charisma here. Because that will certainly help with his Intimidate some. Okay. Belt of Physical Form. Dexterity and Constitution. Yeah, I guess we give that to Triclops. Currently, Merman doesn't have a Dex belt, so we'll give one to him. We will set up the armor now. Let's see. Okay, we either go with Half Plate or Carapace. I'm going to go with Carapace because it's lighter on him. And they have to make a reflex saving throw or suffer a D3 to strength. Yeah, we're going to give him the full plate here. This is going to help make enemies much more vulnerable. Or at least less likely to deal damage. Yeah, if they land a melee hit on the wearer, the attacker has to pass a reflex or suffer a D3 damage to strength. If the attacker passes the saving throw, they suffer a D3 piercing. Okay, so it's either strength damage or piercing damage, which is really nice. Okay, for armor-wise, beyond that point, we can either give out the half plate of vigor, which would certainly help, or we can go for the extra armor. Let's see. This is half plate anyways, it's just different. I think we go for the half plate of vigor. It's one armor less, but it does increase his HP, so that will increase survivability. Okay, Evelyn can't use anything here. Let's see, weapons. Now we have a choice. We can either go for the Voice of Hollow, or we go for the Headcracker. The Voice of Hollow deals a little bit more damage, but the big thing with the Mithril Light Mace is that the enemy has to pass a Fortitude saving throw or be stunned for a D3 of rounds, which is a very interesting aspect. So it's basically a choice between Confusion or you go for Head or Stun. I'm going to go with the Stun here because it's a little bit better than Voice of Hollow, I think. Yeah, so with Voice of Hollow, it only triggers on a critical hit. For Headcracker, it's on the first hit. So it's less likely involved in luck. Rather, it's just a 2-hit, I should say. Okay, for shields, we're perfectly fine. For gear, should be good. Alright, cloak of resistance +3. With bracers and all that jazz. That's nice. And of course we got the level up, so that is another thing that we have to address. Okay. I think we're gonna go with the Righteous Exorcist bracers on Trapjaw for the sake of his attacks. We are going to level up now to level 10 Magus Sword Saint. There we go. Actually, could I see about getting into Dragon Disciple? Ability to spontaneously cast first level spells. I would need to get a level into a Bardic class, but I could see about getting into Sorcerer as well as an option. As long as I can spontaneously cast is the thing. Magus Sword Saint is not spontaneous. I could go level in Bard, but I don't think that's the way I want to go about it. If I go Arcanist, it might actually be pretty good. Yeah, no, if I go Arcanist, I'll get an Arcane Exploit. I'll get cantrips, but I think they're prepared caster, aren't they? Yeah, they're prepared caster, so never mind. If they weren't a prepared caster, then yeah. Okay, in that case, I think it... No, not Kineticist. Let's see. A Sorcerer or Witch could work, but that would probably not work as intended. How about a Scald? Would that work? No, they look like prepared casters, don't they? It's unfortunate because Inspired Rage would certainly help him somewhat. Alright, well, what am I looking for? Let's see, Sorcerer. Yeah, Sorcerer is it's a spontaneous caster. Let's see. Hold on, can a Scald be a prepared caster? Or are they a, I need to know, though. Let's see. They get Scribe Scrolls, so that's a powerful thing. Let's see. They get a bunch of spells. Cause fear, cure light wounds, expedition. Okay, so yeah, you get a bunch of stuff there. Is it spontaneous though? I guess we'll see. Okay, Bolster Spell might be the way to go. 2 points more of damage. That's alright, but not exactly what I was looking for. We're definitely going to be using combat casting, I think. And we use single targets with most melees, don't we? Let's see. Hmm. Battle Scion. Let's see. Courtly Presence. Bonus equal to half character level to Persuasion, made to Intimidate. Okay. Court Poet, Demon Dancer. Oh, so everybody actually gets this bonus to melee attack and damage. Interesting. Now that I look at it, it's actually pretty nice. Okay, Arcane Bond, Hunt Collar. About the only thing that would get us a bonus is, well, literally... Yeah, I think literally the best thing is you literally going either Scald or Battle Scion, I think. Well, let's see. Normal, normal Scald gives a plus... will give a minimum 1 to all knowledge and lore checks. Whereas Battle Scion gives a bonus to... the Battle Scion specifically gets a bonus equal to half level in Persuasion, made to Intimidate. And, yeah. Does this give it... Okay, so Battle Scion basically changes it to a Persuasion check, which is actually really good compared to the Knowledge check. So basically, you lose out on all Knowledge and Lore skill checks, but you get +1 to Persuasion and a +1 to Knowledge World. So it's really a choice between that, I suppose. I feel like he's a spontaneous caster, though. Are they spontaneous casters? Arcane casters, obviously. Casting spontaneously. Okay, so Scald is definitely the option here, though. I've just got to be choosy with what I want. So I can either go with the knowledge checks, which is not as useful, so we're going to go Battle Scion here. Just because it's better. And we do actually get Scribe Scrolls with this, so we'll be grabbing that intentionally. Okay, we can go with Cure or Inflict as desired. We are going to just grab... Honestly, Free Expeditious Retreat wouldn't be bad. As well as... Feather Step? Or something else? I don't know. Let's just play it safe and get Cure Light Wounds, because I don't know what the future of our party is going to be with regarding this whole situation. I know I'm not doing like the best, most optimized build, but we're trying our absolute best here. We'll try to make things work, essentially. That's all we can really do. Alright. But with that... let's see if anybody needs our assistance somewhere. There we go. Alright, let's pop in through houses, because I'm sure there's something around. Yep, there's books. I'm just going to be reading all of them, personally, so if we miss something or I find something of note, I will let you know. But otherwise, it shouldn't be all that bad.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Alright, that's one house. And I guess we'll see what else we find. Hello, Darren. You know what? Darren asked, not bothering to greet you properly. I've noticed a certain cynical pattern in my life ever since I met you. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger. Then I start to think that it's not all bad. The curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attack my home and the city around it. It was unpleasant enough already. But I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then, my dearest cousin threw me right into the middle of a crusade. And just when I started to see some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnapped me. The slaughter in Dresden, following my triumphant rescue, effectively put out every spark of optimism that I had managed to gather. Now the city's in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. I feel surprisingly good, and I'm even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings one very reasonable question to my mind. What is the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? Was that just an overly verbose and oblique attempt to thank me and impart just how much you enjoy Dresden? Darren chuckles softly. Do you really think someone like me is capable of experiencing such a virtuous feeling as gratitude and affection? Oh, most certainly not. Your intuition betrays you. I was just mocking you. There were definitely some sharp insults hidden under all the florid turns of phrase, such as the way of aristocrats and politicians. And yes, I do like it in Dresden, much to my own surprise. Do you want to talk about your past? I've been thinking a lot about what happened since our visit to Heaven's Edge. Darren's face grows grim. I don't like discussing such unpleasant things. You seem to be quite capable of having fun, so why are you... I don't even know what you're trying to achieve here. I suppose you can always ask, and I'll decide later whether I want to answer or not. Do you miss those people who died that day? Darren is silent for a moment. His pupils seem to pulsate in a rhythm of his thoughts, or emotions perhaps. I regret leaving my mother alone. She deserved a better death than that. They confined her to a room so that she wouldn't infect those who still believed they could avoid illness and... Oh, I forgot that you didn't know. Alright, that's enough. Let me be blunt. I don't care about my so-called kin at all. People die every day, and none of those people were my friends. They're dead. I'm alive and able to enjoy life to its fullest. Besides, there are many things far worse than death. Were you ever close to your mother? Darren sighs. Perhaps, maybe. My mother loved me and I loved her, even though I was a thorn in her side. How can you truly be close to your parents when you're just an arrogant whelp? At least I was lucky enough to have a real mother of a countess mother. Aristocratic parents often see their children as valuable investments, and vessels were all their inventions. Oh, thank you for your answers. Can't you come up with something more exciting to ask me about? For example, why I hate equestrian statues, and what befell the marble horse of my marble grandmother? No. Not really. Alright, but yep, that's those. Is there anything else worth noting? Guess we'll see, won't we?
This way.
Alright, there's Tasai here. Hello. The vendor wrapped in black gives you a charming smile. He is strikingly tall and thin, but doesn't look hungry or emaciated. On the contrary, he moves with the strength and grace of a gymnast. Commander, what a pleasure to talk to you in person. I'm so glad. Please, would you like to take a look at my wares? Only the best ingredients and accessories for practitioners of death. Who are you? The vendor leans down and whispers in confidence. My name is Tisai. I am a vampire. That is, a half-vampire. But that's not my claim to fame. I pride myself in being most in-demand smuggler of necromantic goods this side of the inner sea. Necromancers are distrustful, paranoid creatures. However, my half-dead state makes them somewhat well-disposed towards me. Also, I never disappoint them. Ingredients, weapons, forbidden books. I can get all these things in abundance. I've heard there was a Lord of the Dead in the north. I decided to come here immediately. You have opened up a new market. It would be silly not to be the first to try and capture it. There are many experienced necromancers and specialists in this craft among my suppliers. You will be satisfied with your wares. My entire collection is at your disposal. So yeah, this is a specific thing if you are a necromancer. You get access to the necromancy, sort of ordeal here. All living enemies within a 30-foot area must pass a will save or start slowly turning into the undead. Each turn, the affected creature takes a d4 constitution damage. Positive energy spells and cure spells hurt it like it was an undead. That is a very scary dagger. It's only a 3 times a day ability, but dang, that's impressive. It's only good against living, which kind of sucks, but yeah. Let's see, Pilgrim Shirts. +5 to lore nature, and immunity to diseases is pretty nice. Helmet of Elemental Guard. Fire, electricity, sonic resistance. And whenever an enemy confirms a critical hit, wear deals an additional 5 force damage. Intriguing. And Abyss Walkers. +1 dodge bonus to AC, and an additional attack of opportunity. Cool, cool. Wand of Animate Dead. Interesting. Interesting. There's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting spells here. Cool. Let's see. Honestly, a Wand of Animate Dead would be really nice. I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, I don't have the funds just yet, but I can probably provide those. Do we need Tender Touch? We're not going to be using a rapier, so no. Let's grab the Wand of Animate Dead. That's actually a really good item to have on hand. So yep, we'll grab that, and we should be good for items. Hello, Executioner. Grab the loot here. What else we got?
Wherever my legs carry me.
Okay. So we have a few things we can do around here, but we are going to need to get some items real quick. Or at least a surplus of gold set up. Because that is going to be necessary for a certain someone. I'm not sure we'll be able to get him just yet, but we should be able to get him relatively soon. We just need to do some grinding, of course. Okay, let's go down and let's go talk with Horgus Worm. I do believe. Might as well, right? Oh, hello. The names of great crusaders and their closest companions are commemorated on this wall. Alright, that's the tavern. Or at least one of the taverns. Yeah, this is the actual tavern, though. Oh, hello, Forum. Gonna save here. A tall, pale-skinned elf with grayish hair salutes you with a graceful movement. Greetings, Commander. I have to go.
What's in wait
We'll
for me
just
there?
let him do his own thing. We're not really concerned with what he's doing. The less information he has, the better. Oh, hello, one-eyed devil. A short, chubby tiefling with a golden eye patch spits chewing tobacco between his feet and takes another pinch of tobacco adorned with jewels. A fine day to your commander. Welcome to the one-eyed devil trading house. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter, and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. A trading house. This is just a shop. Ah, that depends. There was a time when I had nothing in my pockets but holes. But I consider myself poor? No. I consider myself a rich man who is temporarily down on his luck. Optimism is important not only for the battlefield, Commander. You are the leader of a victorious army that will be chopping all the demons into mincemeat sooner or later. I am the owner of a trade empire, which, as you see, is only starting to grow. How did a tiefling end up on the side of Crusaders? That answer is simple. The simplest thing there is. This is a good world, and I like living in it. Besides, it's the only one we got. I'd love to know what's going on in the heads of the dimwits who are helping the demons destroy it. My best guess is that their horns grow inward, so there's no room for brains. I'm from Cheliax. Tieflings don't surprise anyone there, and they don't like demons any more than we do here. And why should they? The gods went through all the trouble of creating this world. Even Lord Asmodeus and his devils helped with the construction. And now these three loaders show up after all the hard work is done just to gorge and break things. It doesn't matter who you pray to. If you want to live, it's your duty to help. Isn't this a risky name for a sword for Crusaders? Ah, yes, a week doesn't go by without some dimwit boiling over. Well, they don't pay to explain the difference between allies and enemies. Devils and demons, Lord Asmodeus, and all the riffraff like Baphomet and Dascari, so they can all go hang. The tiefling spits between his feet and swiftly plates another pinch of chewing tobacco in his mouth. Here's what I think. You like it, you buy it. You don't like it, keep moving. If you're spoiling for a fight, take yourself off to the tavern. Why are your prices so high? We're saving the world from demons, and that includes you. That's some claim. Did you hear that, good people? First of all, my prices are perfectly fair. They're no higher than you'd find anywhere else. Second, who's saving who here? Are you prepared to eat bark and fight with rocks and sticks? You know, I have open contracts with dozens of suppliers. I arrange deliveries, and I do whatever it takes to get you sharpened weapons, better magical items, better food. And you're throwing the extra expense in my face? This is the thanks I get for honest work. What happened to your eye? Should I make up a story about a heroic fight with a horde of demons? Truth be told, this is how it happened. Back when I was a snot-nosed kid, I just opened my first business selling pies on the streets. The local lads quickly took notice of me and offered me protection in return for a small share of the profits. The usual, you know. But I was so young, inexperienced, and greedy, so I told them to bugger off. Well, they caught me and taught me a lesson. They took it too far, though. I paid for the lesson with my eye, not just bumps and bruises. It's funny to remember it now, but back then, while it was happening, I was so scared. I thought they beat me to death. I remember came running home in tears, and my mom just started screaming. I didn't have a clue why, and then I looked in the mirror and saw that it was just shreds and mush where one of my eyes should be. I remembered that lesson all my life. Ever since that day, I started a business. I found some reliable business partner first. If I'd been born in a merchant family, my parents would have warned me about this, and about plenty of other things too. But I was a poor lad, so I had to learn everything the hard way. It's a miracle how many times I escaped death by a hair's breadth. In fact, it's lucky at all I lost only one eye. I can afford a new eye now, of course, but, you know, I just can't find the time. It'll cost a tidy sum, and I don't want to take it out of the earnings. And besides, being a one-eyed devil is the best selling point for me. I'd be a fool to give my eye back only to have to keep it hidden under a patch. What do you make of my new powers? Your powers are nothing but misery and ruin. How does a merchant survive in an undead army? They don't need anything. But it's a good thing, I suppose. At least necromancers always need magic ingredients. I'll have to change my stock before your divine powers bring me to ruin. The tiefling winks at you with his only eye. What you've done is actually pretty brave, dealing with the undead. Many will object, but as long as you keep winning and pushing the demons back into the world wound, no one will rise to stop you. Officially. Unofficially, I'm sure they'll eat you alive the instant you let your guard down. At least you don't have to expect attacks from your own guard. You can't bribe a dead man. Show me your wares. Alright, price in descending order. You got some stuff, but most of it's pretty cut jib sort of stuff. Pretty on the nose. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. Yeah, no, nothing too really good that's going to be worth keeping, so I'll just ignore it for now. Alright, there's the jewelry artisan, there's the inn, that's the tavern. Where else can I go? I guess I'll start with the inn and make my way around. Why not? At the very least, give everybody an idea of what's going on around here and just see what's around, essentially. Grab everything we can. Basically do a once-over of the city. Because there will be events in time that you will get the chance to, you know, see what's going on here and there. Okay, what's this? Ah, we learned something from the Crusade Chronicles. Okay, that's another book to add to the collection. Oh, there's a secret here. Nice. Just peasants, though, for the most part.
This way.
As for what we learned... Well, so far we've learned quite a bit now that I think about it. Yep, we've learned from about 8 books at this point. We've managed to get a morale against... AC morale against dragons. We've managed to get a bonus against swarms. A shield bonus against demons. A competence bonus on natural attacks. There is a competence bonus DC with spells with the Death Descriptor. Insight to Lore, Religion, and Nor Nature. 10 HP, which is actually really powerful for us. So that's nice that we got that. And we got Insight on Perception and Stealth. So we're slowly growing more powerful the more we read. Just a little bit anyways, but the 10 HP is definitely going to be a really important thing. We're going to save here, because this seems interesting. When old Kelmy told my brothers and me on his deathbed, and then he died. No one knows. I know this is their sacred force. They prayed to the meadows of spirits. Shamanic relics, you say? A big traitor. Sounds like a lie. Everything was collected, carried away, and buried in that cave. The scouts say a bear lives in those forests. A terrible one. There must be magic gods in the cave. That's why we suggest you come with us. We'll split the treasure equally. Okay, so apparently there's a treasure in Kelid lands. Congratulations on taking Dresden, Commander. It's a great victory, though you paid for it much with blood. Its smell still hangs in the air. I remember the smell well. The last time the air reeked like this was the most horrible day of my life. The day I nearly caught the spinner of nightmares. Tell me how you almost caught the spinner of nightmares. Hilora's gaze grows heavy. It was 6 months ago. We got a lead where to look for her. A lonely inn among the road. We arrived disguised as travelers. I never took off the eye of the truth for a moment. Elor carefully takes out and wipes his magic monocle. We quickly identified her cronies, but the spinner of nightmares was nowhere to be found. I lost hope and gave the order to arrest occultists. We managed it quickly and without any losses. The spinner of nightmare appeared on the stage where passing bards were performing. She sang a funny little children's song, and the guests of the inn went mad. Their eyes turned bloodshot and they attacked us in a rage. They grabbed whatever came to hand and tried to kill us. Stools, forks, their bare hands, and even their teeth. We were forced to defend ourselves. When it was over, we were covered in blood. 31 butchered corpses lay at our feet. They wouldn't stop fighting even after their guts were dragged across the floor. The air reeked of blood, guts, and stuff. I was barely able to clamber out. My legs refused to walk across the slimy muck. Once I made it outside, there were only the night and the step, and her laughter. The delighted mocking laughter of a child who's pulled off a plank. It arced from horizon to horizon as it echoed in my mind. I lost consciousness and fell to the ground. Elor's story ends with a helpless sigh. The Pathfinder massages his eye with his fingers, as if trying to push away the horrific images he envisions. I have to go. Okay, Nino's there, but we'll just see what else is around before we go anywhere. Maybe there's something interesting around. Oh, there's an item here. Cool. Alright, let's go talk with Nino. So, the experiment. Nino gestures excitedly. I will need some supplies for this one. Boy. Please bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do, and please hurry. Science can't wait. Why would you need alcohol? I already told you, it's for an experiment. Hurry up and bring it to me. What kind of experiment? This will be an experiment of a personal nature. Nino seems sheepish, but no less exciting than that. Mark my words. Why don't you go buy a bottle yourself? I am busy with an extremely important task. Mentally preparing myself for the experiment. Besides, a task like this is a perfect fit for my loyal follower. Here you go. Nino snatches the bottle out of your hands and stares at it, all with the covetedness of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning the true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowest man on the street. She produces a corkscrew from her sleeve and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then the corkscrew again, after which she hands the bottle back to you. Open it. This experiment definitely won't work if we don't open it. Do you always carry a corkscrew up your sleeve? Don't be preposterous. But I am always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality. Nino sighs. Alright, I admit it. That's not true. But I have truly prepared for this particular experiment. What is this experiment going to be about? I'm taking a huge risk with this experiment. I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the level of an average man on the street, and I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and is a catalyst for stupidity. With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. So you're asking me as if you've never tried alcohol before. I haven't. I never saw the point of it. So you're asking me to be your drinking buddy? Not at all. I'll do the drinking alone. Your role in this experiment will include standing here and providing me with a visible reaction to my inevitable, temporary degradation. Fine. Let's get started. Well then, let's begin. With a steely resolve of a warrior going to his last battle, Nidio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. Ugh, that's disgusting. After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How did you drink all this? I am doing this for the sake of science. Another gulp. Oh, that should be enough. Now, am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me about something smart. How many heroic acts did Iomede perform? 11, of course. She did all manner of things. Turned her cloak into a bridge, created a powerful artifact out of nowhere just using her broken sword, and a bit of prayer, and even talked some undead into throwing himself upon his sword. By the way, did you know that if you question the authenticity of these acts in the center of Iomede's cathedral in Neurosian, you can get your boot-shaped bruise right in the lower of your back? It would seem that I'm not drunk enough yet. Neo takes another swig from the bottle. Right. It seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. I usually have a ton of ideas. Let's see now. Discari and Baphomet. Their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite their forces on the physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Discari and ride him into battle. 2 in 1. Yes, the experiment was successful. I am definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to further confirm her condition. So, how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life? From a scientific point of view. Terrific! I have definitely become more stupid. More than that, I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now, I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science. They don't give a rat's ass about it. Who cares how many heroic acts of Iomede performed? 1 million? Or not a single one? Iomede is over there, Nidio says with a vague wave of her hands, whereas the bottle is right here, where it belongs. Congratulations, I guess? Now what? That is for now. The experiment was a success. Just a moment, Nidio stares at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. When she meets your gaze again, her eyes are crystal clear. Alright, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago you were drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober. Is that so? Nidio looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips and nods. It seems that is indeed what happened. Clearly, I decided to forget the incident entirely because I no longer need this information. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence that alcohol has on an individual's mind. So, you can simply forget you were drunk and sober up. Just like that? I have simply blocked the delirious effects of alcohol from my mind. To put it into basic terms, I've just forgot I've consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to one that I use to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated, if you know how to do it. Your abilities are just amazing. Eh? What? What are we talking about? Alright, happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for the assistance in momentous experiment. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. I'm just gonna go. That was weird. But yeah. Apparently she has the power to go from drunk to immediately sober. I'm sure a lot of people would certainly appreciate that. It's an interesting ability, I'll give it that. Something that people might actually value quite a bit. But I digress. That is her. We're gonna go to the... Well, first let's go to the artisan here. We're gonna bulk sell real quick. No, let's actually let's cancel that, actually. Let's go to somebody more reputable. You never know, right? Okay, some peasants, golden golem, hello. Welcome to the shop of Derek Sunhammer, the finest jewelry in all of Mendev. True artistry crafted by the master himself and his apprentices. Take a look. Show me your wares. I guess it's the same price anywhere you go. We're just going to sell Voices Hollow, I suppose. We are going to sell the full plate here, half plate, and chainmail, I suppose. We don't need the Graveyard Keeper helmet. Agile Fist Amulet is no good. Protection and Cloak of Resistance 1 is also a sell. There we go. Price in descending order. Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. That's a very expensive set of jewelry, jeez. I'm wondering if there's any use for this, actually. 1 second. I do believe there's something with it. It doesn't look like there is, actually. Hold on. Yep, there's no reason that you should be grabbing this as a heads up, so... Don't... I guess you can grab the phylactery, though, of negative channeling here, which I'm kind of actually surprised it's here. Well, if you're looking for a phylactery, this is the best way to go about it, I suppose. Among other reasons. And we do technically have 2 clerics that can use phylacteries, so... If you want 2 phylacteries of negative channeling, this is one place you can go to, I suppose. So that's an option. Now we just gotta wait for this to load. Alright. We need to save the gold currently, because this is actually going to be necessary. Alright. Half Measure Tavern.
Backwards, backwards!
Alright. Bunch of peasants and all that. Lo-fi. The boy sitting on the corner looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. The Knight Commander at my establishment. What an honor. My name is Fai Kito. I'm the owner of Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You may call me by my name. Deal. I know your name, of course. Who in Dresden doesn't? So what can I do for you? Wine, a meal, a heart-to-heart talk? Well, first let's see what you have to offer, because every shop owner has prices and materials. Goggles of Melucio. This is actually a really powerful item, if you can grab it. The problem is, of course, well... yeah. You, of course, need to be proficient with bows. And people will suffer -4s to quite a bit if you get this item. It's worth noting and keeping in mind on the back burner, essentially. We're gonna buy all these potions here. Because literally every... well, no, we need to hold off because we actually need to get something specific. How is it that such a young lad owns a tavern? Before the siege of Dresden, the Half Measure belonged to a distant relative. I won't bore you with the details of how his family died, just 3 words. Demon worshippers and sacrifice. Should be enough. Now that the city has been liberated, the authorities in Iomede's church will be returning what remains to the lawful heirs of the deceased. They take these things seriously in Mendev. Face suddenly slaps himself on the forehead. We started talking about the inn, I just remembered. I wanted to thank you personally for defeating the demons in this very tavern when the city was liberated. Without you, who knows how many glasses would have smashed before the Crusaders got to them. So please, accept my thanks from the bottom of my heart. Interesting. We got paid a bunch of gold. The Half-Measure Tavern is a strange name for a tavern. Oh, that's a family story. It's not for the faint-hearted, but you're not one of those, are you? One day, before the ward stones were erected, a peasant family got lost in the way to the fair, and ended up near the borders of the Worldwound. They stumbled upon a boar demon, who killed the father right away. He then asked the mother if she'd prefer him to take all their children, or only half of them. The sobbing woman looked at her 3 darlings and said half. The demon promptly cut the arms and legs of all 3 children and said, I guess that's even, and disappeared. People across Dresden heard this story, after the family found shelter in the local temple of Iomede. For many years, they saved up for a regeneration spell so the children could be made whole again. They eventually scraped together enough for just 1 scroll, and decided to give it to the youngest child, a second chance at life. He soon became the tavern's first owner and called it the Half-Measure in memory of his family and the terrible incident with the demon. He had a good life, for a time, got himself married, and always planned to help his brother and sister, though he never got a proper chance. When the demons had Dresden surrounded, the poor crippled tried to run for their lives, but they died on the spot. The brother and his wife died a little later, at the hands of deserters. There were rumors that the same demon that butchered the family came to Dresden and made a den of the Half-Measure. If that's true, I guess he got what he deserved when you freed the city. That's the story. Vi shrugs pensively. Why do you like sitting on the counter? 2 reasons. Faces seriously. Dresden isn't the biggest city, but it still has a few taverns and pubs. To compete with the others, I need people to remember my establishment. And myself. That's the first reason. A tavern keeper who sits on the counter definitely sticks out from the others who prefer to stand behind the bars, all dignified. Believe me, you're not the first to ask. Sooner or later, every customer does. The second reason is the place's atmosphere. People should feel relaxed here. Life near the Worldwound is hard enough. Folks don't go to taverns looking to cause each other more trouble, so I allow certain liberties, myself included. I'm even thinking of hosting an invigorating brawl here on the 5th of every month. I'll let my favorite customers break glasses and swing on the chandeliers. What's the feeling here in the city? I can only tell you about my customers. They're mostly working folk, only those who are building what they've been destroyed, along with the soldiers and some merchants. Overall, spirits are high as they can be in Mendev, nation of rattling sabers and fluttering banners. Everyone loves it when demons get their horns, tails, and other parts handed to them. They've already forgotten that we nearly lost Canabras. War is like that. People live for one day, and that day is tomorrow, not yesterday. You've been a source of joy and inspiration for everyone as well. Just a simple guy who led our fight against the demons, defeated them, and thumbed your nose at the Queen's Knights. People love that kind of story, and I'm delighted to see a fellow half-elf shining so brightly. This calls for a toast, doesn't it? Indeed. Drinks on the house. What do your customers say about my new powers? The lad shrugs. The kind of thing people say at a tavern. Some folks say you're just a dolled-up corpse, bossing the other corpses around. Others say you've been here from Geb to build a kingdom of death. There's even a rumor that you're an immortal lich. But most folk say that Iomade blessed the Fifth Crusade and sent you her power. The demons have done such evil here that even the dead cannot rest in their graves. The hour of reckoning is near, and you are its weapon. That's what they say, and I can see what they mean. I see. Good to note, good to note. It means we're not completely in the clear, but we've got a mix of feelings. We just gotta prove ourselves is the main thing. Alright, there's nothing here that's going to be learned. Okay. Okay, more loot. What about this? This is, yep, more ingredients for further travels. Alright, you got peasants, and hey, Greybor. That is going to be our next person we talk with, I suppose. And probably the person we're going to talk to right now. Alright, let's save up and let's have a chat with the man.
How can I help you?
Before you stands a dwarf. He has a stern, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garund, lights it, and blows off a cloud of smoke. Finally, he addresses you in deep, dignified voice. We already met in Canabras, didn't we?
Yes, I had a contract to assassinate a rather overconfident demon named Kylus there. I guess that counts as participation in the siege of Canabras. Not that my employer had any interest in the actual outcome of the battle. Come to think of it, the information my client provided me with was almost suspiciously accurate. They seemed to be aware both of the impending attack on Canabras and of the fact that Kylus was going to be there.
You tried to kill that huge demon in the Battle of Dresden, but you failed. What happened?
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. I was assured that a single hit would be enough to finish the job, but it didn't work as expected. It was a serious blow to my reputation. And my reputation is everything to me.
Alright. Who are you then?
Don't you remember our last meeting? The name is Greybor. I'm an assassin for hire. But I suspect you're not here for small talk. Are you in need of my services?
Still smoking his pipe, the dwarf offers you a cursory salute. I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
Sure. Too fast happened.
Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest. The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
Greyboar blows a cloud of smoke from his pipe and gives you a searching glance. Good to note, good to note.
Got a job for me, Commander?
Nope.
Good luck. If you wish to make use of my services, I'll be here.
Alright. So basically, we got to get him involved when we're ready, essentially. Don't drag him into anything unnecessary. But that's par for the course, honestly. It's not unexpected. But he's going to, at the very least, temporarily join our party for now. So before we go and start focusing on anything regarding that, we've got bigger fish to fry, essentially. At least temporarily. Let's see. Where is he? Somewhere around here. Here we go. Horgus. We're gonna save and talk with Horgus real quick. Hello. I think we've talked with most of everything, but are you aware of my special powers? Horgus answers acidly. You mean, do I know that you dabble in forbidden magics, resurrecting the dead here and there, as if the crusade was blessed by Urgathoa rather than Iomedae? Yes, I've heard the rumor to that effect. Personally, I couldn't care less. If the Crusaders can't deal with the problem, then let the undead deal with it. Or the Chelaxian devils, hand in hand with Keptetshi gnolls. All of them together is better than demons. As long as your army is on the offensive, I will sponsor it. And I don't care how you spend my gold. Beer and pork or embalming potions. Alright, good to know. We still got supporters in Vevasector Swarm, despite his, despite everybody's opinion on undead. Alright, so Seal has nothing to say. That's understandable and fine. We're probably going to get a earful from some other people, though, most likely. Okay, nothing, Ember's not saying a thing. Understandable. Ah, the acting group. Okay, let's see. We've got a prison that we got to... I guess we could explore the prison real quick while we have the chance. No harm in doing so, right? And there might be some items here and there, just hidden away.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Anything here? Nope, just Canobra soldiers hanging around. Alright, some loot.
No, backwards. Backwards!
Yep, that's Horgus. Body of Staunton Vaughn, traitor of the Crusaders. Yeah, he's going to be hanging around there just for a little bit, because we do have a mission ahead of us, but we're going to be worrying about that one thing at a time. Otherwise, we should be good. For now, the intended goal... Alright, let's see. We can talk with Sela, I guess. We've already gone to the prison. So let's go to these houses over here, see if there's anything of interest. If there isn't, well, there we go, I suppose, but should be able to find something. At least I think, anyways. Okay, there's a house here. We'll check this out. Might be something in here. Oh, hello. Alright, we're gonna go with improved Vital Strike. We don't necessarily need Cleave, so we'll just put Vital Strike off. Ah, Animate Dead for free, no less. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna need a distraction first. Okay. Oh, hold on. Something's being weird. Okay. Ow. Okay.
Slice! Behead!
Ow. Okay. Alright, battery blast coming in. Alright, thankfully distraction's coming in, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna need elemental ray here, I think.
May I see your entrails, please?
Let them focus on Skeletor, I guess. Alright. Skeletal Executioner, back up. There we go. Why do you have the axe? You should have the scythe, shouldn't you? There we go. Okay. We managed to survive, though. Okay, that's cool. Wasn't expecting one of these houses to be filled, but hey. Makes sense. Seems we also get just passive healing, so that's good.
At first I said, no, I can't.
Yeah, it comes with a banner, it seems.
I should.
Cool.
I need that to survive. Then I argued, then agreed to do it. Oh, it's so
Alright,
hard
what's
to
in
decide
here,
whether
then?
to have breakfast or not.
Oh, hello.
Let's shake a leg.
Intriguing. Okay, so that's a lot of, yeah, that's a lot of, attention. We're gonna get some undead here. There we go. And we will do a fireball right here. Cold fireball, nice. Alright, Vevasectors are coming in. Okay. Okay, Panther's fine. We're gonna move the Skeletal Executioner out of the range. Alright, Panther, back up. There we go. Let the skeletons take the brunt. Nice. And you know, now that I think about it, we do technically summon things, don't we? Oh, a Vevasector Queen. Hello.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
And we got a enchanted quarterstaff, an awakened driftwood specifically. This +3 unholy quarterstaff adds +1 to the DC for all saving throws against spells from the necromancy school the wielder casts. It also grants the wielder a +3 bonus on cast level checks made to overcome spell resistance. That is a fantastic item. We're going to equip that, so that way we can use it. A Queen Vevasector, though. Interesting. Okay, apparently we got a lock. We're gonna save here. And let us see what this Vevasector has for us. The engorged body of the young queen of the swarm pulses, oozing corrosive slime. In her buzzing, you hear the barely distinguishable echoes from the non-familiar swarm song. Her voice is not yet strong enough to harm you, but it's patiently clear that if the creature is permitted to grow, and her children to multiply, then soon an anthem of abyssal insects will be humming in the skies above Dresden. For a couple of seconds, you stare at the young monster, unable to take your eyes off her. Disgusting, but also beautiful in its own way. Hostile, but weirdly close to you. Nauseating and yet mouth-watering. What a strange thought. Let's examine the queen. The creature is very young, and, for now, utterly defenseless. Her weak chittering causes not madness, but only vague unease. The eggs in the clutch can be counted on 2 hands, and a translucent chitlin covering her body is so delicate that it could be crushed under your boot. But who knows how quickly she will grow, and how much time she will need to repeat in Dresden the nightmare that befell you during the attack. Kill. The chitlin breaks with a crunching sound. The quiet buzzing turns into a rasping croak. Under your blows, the flesh of the young queen turns into acidic mush. Now the swarm really has come to an end. Whatever may lie ahead, you are certain that you will never hear its sanity-stealing chittering in the skies above Dresden. We have bigger goals than to attend to such things. We don't need to become a swarm host. Well, I guess I should explain a little bit. If you were to keep that thing alive to some degree, then it's very possible that you could... I don't know how to describe it. The best thing I can say is that if you were to let it live, then it's very possible that would add to your swarm if you go to the Swarm That Walks path, which is another path that you can adopt in Wrath of the Righteous. It is an advanced class, though, and it won't be unlocked until you hit, I do believe, Mythic rank 6 or 7. There's a certain point where you will be able to get it unlocked, so it's something to consider, essentially. We do not need... Yeah, I guess we can use heroism to increase our odds. I might as well, right? We'll save here. And we're going to try and pick this lock. Try to, anyways.
I'm not mad enough to do it.
Alright, try again. Alright, that's a lock still. Okay, come on. Still locked. It hasn't broken yet, so that's good. Come on. Okay, 25. Come on. You can do this. I could break the lock, but there's no need to do that. Come on. Fine. Apprentice lockpick. Why not? I guess I have to load. Well, that sucks. I guess I could just use an apprentice lockpick and just get a 50-50. Why not? It's just a small, you know, tidbit that we can handle. Okay. Come on. 50% chance now. There we go. And we got a Wand of Cure Moderate Wounds. Okay, so it was well worth actually doing this. So, I'm not going to complain anymore. That's a really good item to have.
This way.
It's actually really good if I think about it. Okay, but yep, we've basically cleared the swarms. There is nothing else in this room. But this is one of the few rooms in the Intrezen. But yeah, if you were to spare the queen, I would assume that you could potentially increase the number of swarms in Dresden and slowly just make your force on that. A swarm that devours all, essentially. There appears to be another abandoned building here, so we'll check that, I suppose. Well, this is a mess. Jeez. Okay, that's a door. Okay, what's here? Ah, a book. Cool. Alright, there's loot here. And there's a basement here? Interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay. There's a book here. Chronicle of Failure. There's a loot box. Okay, so there's a special room here.
Forwards.
Intriguing.
Backwards. Backwards.
This room will be for something special in the future. So yeah, just be intrigued by that, I suppose. Alright. And yeah. I guess we go up to here, where we meet Winidug and a bunch of other people, I guess. Hello, Winidug. Winidug greets you with a servile bow.
Master, how can I serve you?
Am I imagining things, or do you find me attractive? Winidug smiles playfully in return.
Maybe I do. I like people like you. People who are strong, determined. Who don't like to hide behind others.
Thank you. You've satisfied my curiosity.
I could satisfy you more than that, Master.
With a smile full of promise, Winidug lashes at you lightly, on the thigh with her tail. That's it for now. The Huntress gazes at you with devotion.
Thank you for talking to me, Master.
But yeah, there is a romance option for Winidug if you wish to take it. It's tempting, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try to avoid romances unless, you know, people voice their opinion on, you know, choosing a girl, but I'm probably gonna go with opinion from, you know, chat. We'll probably go with that, I think. If anything sticks out, we'll go with it. If not, it doesn't. It's fine. Hey. Alright, let's go outside here, see if there's anything. Probably not, but you never know. It never hurts to check. And it usually takes an hour or two to just circle this entire area, go through the conversations, and then double back. Okay, nothing there. Okay, there's another book here. Ah, we've learned something new. Know Thy Enemy, a Crusader Brief. Yeah, we're learning a lot of stuff from the books around here in Dresden, so that's good. Let's see. What have we learned? Yeah, we've learned quite a bit, actually. Know Thy Enemy, a Crusader Brief. +1 insight to perception and stealth. Okay. So yeah, we're learning quite a bit as we go on, it seems, which is nice. Good thing we're actually reading the books, because every little bonus counts. Of course, if we open every book, we should be fine, though. I just wish those benefits passed on to companions, but I don't think it actually does, which does suck. But I mean, that's just how the cards play. Okay, I think we just gotta do a few more things around Dresden. Mainly just to talk with the main NPCs. We should be good. Okay, let's see. We're gonna want to talk with Sela here. Nope. Okay, there's nothing that needs to be talked about. Okay.
Trail me.
Anything over here worth noting? Not really. Not yet, anyways. Okay, Arizona. Okay, nobles. Is there anything in the graveyard that I can do? Hello, ghosts. Seems the ghosts are in a bit of a suffering, but that's fine.
This way.
Seems some of them are mourning in sadness, but that's fine. Let them mourn. It just means that they're around for defending as well. Hello, Ariston. A woman in gold embroidered cleric robes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, gleam brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, Commander. My name is Ariston. I'm a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom, and I came here assuming the defenders of the fortress could use the services of a cleric. Perhaps you've heard of the wound that sometimes opens in my chest. Are you familiar with this kind of ailment? Ariston quickly probes you with the skill of an experienced healer. So the wound was right here, and then it disappeared and reappeared. Amazing. No, this is the first time I've ever heard of such magic. What do you think it might be? I think it's some kind of demonic corruption, or particles of chaos from the abyss have entered through the wound into your body and made it so unstable. It sounds quite interesting, incidentally. Judging from the records of research of the abyss, stranger things have happened in this cursed place. Can you give me some advice on how to heal it? I'm sure that you've already used the putrefaction and chaos warding spells, and for obvious reasons, you do not have the option of leaving a campaign and going on a long pilgrimage to various shrines. Since that's the case, keep a diary. Make careful and systematic entries about your well-being. If it gets worse, record the circumstances under which it happens. I'm afraid this is the only advice I can offer right now. Thank you. What services can you provide? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls, even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them. I'll be happy to read it for you right here. However, take care out there on your travels. A scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use a scroll while you're on the move, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. Okay, tell me... Okay, I could use the Help of a Cleric, why not? And this is the point in time where I do believe we actually get... Yep, we can actually get a restock on scrolls, which is actually really nice. So we're going to quickly get Cure Lights and Cure Moderates, I think, in a bulk, because those are going to be the most important healing that we're going to have. We kind of need it in abundance for now, at least until we actually figure out what we can do for inflicts as well. It appears we can also get potions here, so that's good. So we actually might want to grab some vials of Cure Light Wound as well, if we can, which we can't. Dang. Okay. What else can we grab? We can probably try and grab some, let's see. We're going to need a bit more Scrolls of Restoration, I'd say. Not a lot, but just enough. Let's see. Restoration is 175, so that'd be 300, basically. Or something along those lines. That's Restoration Lesser. How is Restoration Lesser? Okay, we're at 16 for Lesser. We can get up to 20, but I'm gonna get up to 10 more, I guess. There we go, that should do it. That should get us a set of 30 restorations. We're going to need proper restorations, so we should scroll up to 700, I would assume it is. Yeah, 700 sounds like a seasoned number. There's Death Ward, Dragon Breath, Elemental Body. Scroll of Protection, Communal. Here we go, Restoration. And we currently got 9, so we're going to need at least up to 20, so 11 scrolls. Alright, that brings us to 27. And honestly, these stone skins actually really helped us here, so we're going to get 3 of those scrolls, I suppose. And anything else, we just grab what we can, I suppose. Isn't that right? We could probably get within the 200 range of gold, so somewhere in the 150s, I suppose, is what we should grab. We're going to need... Honestly, I think false life is the way to go, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I can grab some learning material for somebody. We could get Cat's Grace, actually, because that would be really good. Yeah, let's grab that. Okay, that's a bit too many scrolls of Cat's Grace. Although that said, there's nothing stopping me from selling here in bulk. And I might actually grab a few more scrolls if I can. Yeah, let's grab 343. I might be able to get 1 more, yep. Now I just need to squeeze some extra material out and I should be good. Alright, composite bow could certainly do it. There we go. Done. Had to worm a bit of resources out, but that's perfectly fine. In favor of just preparing for the future. Now, I think that covers everything. We've checked everything except for the temple itself, so... I'm going to take a small break, and when I return, I'm going to check the temple, and by the time we are done, we will be leaving to try and see about getting ourselves the Necropolis. Or I guess, as I called it in stream titles, Cathedral for now, but I'll probably change that. But I digress. I'm going to take a small 5-minute break, and when I return, I will be back to, you know, do what I had told to. Anyways, we're back. Alright. I am back. Alright, let's go into the temple and see what's in here, I suppose.
Wherever my legs
I guess
carry me.
that small little room was the only thing that yielded results regarding the little swarm there, I suppose. But that's perfectly fine.
Forwards!
Yeah.
No, backwards. Backwards!
The place has been sanctified. You can protect the area around the corruption of the abyss. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there appears to be a book here. The History of the World Wound. Okay, so we've picked up yet another history book for World Wound knowledge. There appears to be a lock here. We won't be able to pick it with our current skill. Although, we could. It's just a, very difficult chance with an apprentice lockpick. Somehow we've managed to do it. Okay, that's cool. Apparently 10% is enough for Skeletor just to break into anywhere. Okay, Axe of Iomedae. That is yet another thing to learn. Okay, let's see. What has that knowledge given us? The Axe of Iomedae. +1 against disease and sickened effects. Interesting. Okay, that's an added benefit. I'm not going to complain. I think the biggest wound that we got was the, definitely, Alright. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, we're going to save, just in case. You never know after all, right? That is an unlock, thankfully. Cool. Alright, let's get going, I suppose. No need to stick around here, that's for sure. Alright. Yep. No use sticking around. Alright, to the outside, and I do believe we now have to go back to the progenitor who gave us these mythic lich powers. Might as well, right? We got a buff as well, so that's another thing. Oh, there's some treasure here that we can grab real quick. Might as well. Sapping Assault. This +3 necrotic heavy mace confirms a critical hit while it's under the effect of the Lich's vampiric blade spell. The enemy suffers an ability drain to strength, and the wielder gains a +1 bonus to strength until the end of the encounter. This can stack up to 4 times. Vampiric blade spell.
So many
Don't we
thoughts,
have that?
so little time.
I'm just not sure. Hold on. Vampiric blade. Here we go. Your weapon becomes bloodthirsty. It deals a d6 plus cast level additional damage, healing the wielder for the same amount. Now, if I could give this to another person, oh god, that would be insane. Ah, well. I guess it's a weapon for, Skeletor, then. If, he ever goes into melee, which is very unlikely. And it only, confirms on a critical hit, it seems. So it's not that great. But alas, it's a lich weapon, so it's very intriguing. You should visit a citadel before leaving Dresden. That is true. Alright, we've got one last thing we need to do, and that is to go to the citadel. This is going to be the first aspect of, well, quote-unquote kingdom management, I should say. So, yeah, you guys are going to get the first taste of that, that's for sure. As we commit to our lichy ways. We're going to be ignoring any other things otherwise, though. A middle-aged paladin with a genial face offers you a guarded greeting. His sparse gray hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. The Everite Crusaders have arrived to defend Dresden. My name is Sia Kolbelen, and I am the commander. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and came here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind Sia. He passionately echoes Sia's words.
We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack.
The old crusader calls the young man to order. Morvek, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. Sia smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. Who have we brought with you? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. Sia nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked into Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking, to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheek go pink, and the old man's gentle mockery. But he continues to stare ahead, resolutely and boldly. Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me, and for the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabras died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade.
Great. You will be serving under my command.
Siara's mouth flattens into a hard line and gives you a stern look. You can see the seasoned warrior hiding behind the grandfatherly guise. That is out of the question. We know about your powers, and that is why we don't trust you. What's more, I'm convinced you are an enemy of the Crusaders. You will reveal your true nature sooner or later. The Queen's ordered us to help you hold the city, and so we will. But she didn't say a word about us personally obeying your orders. The Everbright Crusaders will act independently. Why are you deciding for everyone? Maybe the other knights don't share your fears. Ziara's eyes narrow in suspicion. Want to sow the seeds of discord in our ranks, do you? It won't work. My fighters don't just obey me, they trust me. If I tell them they have nothing to do with you, they'll avoid you like the plague. So be it. Erebeth? Erebeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Hail, Commander. I found your father's sword. Take it. Praise Iomedae. Erebeth takes the sword as gently as it were a living creature and sheaths it back in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I'm forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Please allow me to reward you, and please, no objections. I could never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. We should talk about it. It was a moment of weakness, but you brought me to my senses. I swear, it will never happen again. The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Erebeth who was ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me. More than anyone else does in this crusade. Even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Erebeth obviously feels unworthy of a commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with rank-and-file soldiers, those whose faith in their commander remained undimmed. About the scar on your face. Erebeth's hand reaches up to touch her face, then falls away. Her back straightens and determination flares in her eyes.
I lost control over myself and put the entire crusade at risk. You had every right to stop me. Urbeth sighs and looks down. Commander, please don't bring this subject up again. I've been punished enough for my disgraceful weakness. How's the Eagle Watch doing, Canabras? Everything is going well. I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without Nevi and me. But I took a risk and let a very clever lad in charge. A tiefling, as it would happen. He infiltrated the cult alone. They couldn't imagine a tiefling would be on their side. He exposed an entire cell. I personally knighted him just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. He hasn't disappointed. He has built up the other ranks again and is running everything so smoothly. It's as if the demon attack never happened. He has proven more than once that I have left Canabras in good hands. But I admit, it's still strange to think that such a small order of the Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters. One in Dresden, and one in Canabras. Alright. Anevia, have you figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us? Anevia answers with a scarce concealed irritation. No dice. My scouts crawled out all over the area, down every hole, nothing. The Grey Road was completely empty, and then bam! A whole army popped up like Jack-in-the-Box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorges to the southwest, but we found no sign of secret paths or underground passageways, and definitely no route we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel it in my gut. There's some evil scum out there. We just need to look harder. Of course, I could send out a few more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go over there and find out what's what? What do you think of my new powers? Anevia looks at you sadly. There's nothing good about this. The things you had to do, and the fact that we're fighting alongside the dead because we never pulled this off without them. But at least we're moving forward, not falling back like before. I guess it's the only way. Bad times call for bad measures. Did you find anything about where Monago is now? Anevia shakes her head sharply. Nope. 0, zilch. A whole lot of nothing. The scum melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out the window, run through the square in the front of the citadel, and suddenly disappear. We haven't heard anything from her since, and I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, her kind just doesn't give up. If we can't see her, it means she's setting up trap for us somewhere that you won't expect. I mean, it would be great if the Demon Lords just gobble her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. But that's not the worst part. We have a more interesting question, you know. I wonder how she teleported from the city, if by that time you're already hung the banner. The soldiers are saying it probably wasn't at full force by then, but you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. The question is, how? Alright, interesting. And I guess Regel's here, so that's nice. But let's check out what the vicinity has hold for us, just to see what's going on. I'm sure there's some items here and there that would be nice to grab. Yep, there's a book here. Okay, personal chest here. Nice. That's if we want to use it, but we shouldn't need to. And we're fully rested, basically, so we can basically go out whenever we want. But for now, we have to manage Crusade affairs. We are going to save here, because this is an important factor here. And we're going to start managing things. Or at least, we're going to start to manage things, I should say. Alright, we've got Witches and Intolerance. We've managed to claim Dresden, so that's a nice thing. And we got a bunch of things to do. Alright. I don't need to go through this tutorial, but there is going to be things. Armies get a replenishment of skeletons and zombies equal to the value of killed enemies divided by 275 after a victory.
The cost of recruiting mercenary units increases by 100%. Recruitment growth for trainable units is reduced by 50%. But basically we got a scalable army instead of a army that's actually made. We got a ton of things that we can do, so we're going to start with the most important events. Alright. The hatred of descendants of Sarcosis towards arcane spellcaster knows no bounds. The representatives of several tribes demand that mages not be allowed to serve in their units. We're gonna make the former Sarconians fall in line. Yeah, Woljif is not here. I guess we can't do this option. Well, we can, it's just a lawful option. I see no reason to get some more units, so I'm just going to get the former Sarconians to fall in line. Upon receiving harsh punishment, the Keloids begrudgingly complied. News of this has bolstered the commander's authority within the ranks. As it should. While exploring Sarconian lands, a group of scouts stumbled upon hidden settlements of exiles. Runaway witches and sorcerers practicing forbidden rituals. Criminals in their homeland, they did not welcome the commander's soldiers, and made it clear that they did not want anyone meddling in their affairs. Establish trade with the settlement. No matter how sinister rituals the witches perform, they are not enemies of the Crusaders. You can trade with them. We have 10 finance points for our troubles. Trade with the witches. Alright, decrees. You can only have one of your decrees issued at a time, basically, but it covers basically everything here. Okay, we can either give Earbeth some orders. It'll require 7 days to resolve, 5 days for Lost Scouts. Forming Logistical Council. Okay. Studying the Sword of Valor will take some time. I think what we want to do is just improve our... Yeah, I think we just improve our setup for now. The Fate of Soulshear. Interesting. Outpost of Banshin expansion. Oh, right. So, now that we have set up some things, we can actually establish buildings within our... We can establish buildings here now. We can't do much here just yet, and we won't be able to access the more important things. But we do get to access various benefits here, and it's actually really important that you start doing this early for the sake of your own benefits. So we can go with an alchemist laboratory, which increases energy. There is things like citadels. There is archeries, barracks, that sort of thing. I'm just not sure what I go with just yet. I think I want to go with the supply center and inn for the sake of getting supplies and growth. So we're gonna buy a supply center. We're gonna get at least, yeah, we need to at least get about 100. So let's go 130. Why not? So that way we can buy ourselves an inn. There we go. We want one supply center and one inn here. That is going to help us provide more in the finance and material points. A watchtower would be nice for the sake of bonuses, but we should definitely consider getting more garrisons and barracks when it's necessary. So these are basically benefits that you can do in one area, in various areas. We're going to take advantage of early resource management here. And we're going to give everything a inn and a... Yeah, we're basically just going to beef them up immediately. Alright, we're going to need 250 resources at least. 226 should be enough. There we go. We always want a supply center and an inn to start with. So while those are building, we're going to be good. And this will help with significantly with logistics, essentially. Which is going to be good for us. And of course, much like Kingmaker, we can do that to certain other areas as well. But for now, we just want to focus on our outposts real quick. And that will be our focus for now. Okay, 250. Alright, supply center and inn. There we go. In the future, there is also going to be the advantage of teleportation circles, so I should keep that in mind. But alas, that is something that will be addressed later. For now, we need to start by forming a logistics council. So we're going to make that our priority here. And basically everything here is, you know, various things. Okay, our campaign. Let's see. Alright, this resupply is no longer needed, I don't think. But we will need to, recruit. Okay. We have the usual recruitments, which is archers and whatnot. But Crusader Army 5 is skeletons and zombies, which is the more important bit. Let's see. Skeletons have scimitars, zombies have clubs and slams. Good to note. Alright, but yeah, resupply squadron is going to be forced upwards, I guess. There we go. Alright, Crusader Army 1 is going to be rushing towards... Yeah, I guess we rush towards Keeper Canyon here. We are going to need to sort out the armies a little bit, but that's fine. Alright. We're going to go over here and replace. Alright, so skeletons, zombies. Zombies are the more tank units. We'll have skeletons there. Have archers here. Or I guess we could just swap them over, can't we? Now, do we want this? No, we're a bit limited here, so... Okay. That brings us to an army strength of 7. Versus this would be 7 as well. Okay, we're gonna go for the archers here, I suppose. Alright. Let us have our advanced squadron go deal with the armies to start with. Pursue. We want to slaughter them all. The more enemies we deal with, the better. Ah, pain. Pain. We're just gonna deal with the Rift Drakes as typical as possible. There we go. Ow, okay. Unfortunately, the skeletons are plenty enough to handle this. And, for our troubles, we get everybody back, and we should get some more units back, as well, as part of it. At least that is how the fights will go from here on. Yep. We originally had 600. We now have 605 zombies. Warriors have discovered what attracted such a horde of monsters. An impressive, abundant laboratory belonging to some insane alchemist. The laboratory has been mercilessly plundered, and the jars of elixir's ingredients bore sinister holes through which hideous creatures had consumed their contents like some exquisite nectar.
Luckily, some of the alchemist's inventory survived, and now belongs to Crusaders. We get 60 energy points for our troubles, which is really nice. We will be using this chance to deal as much blows to the demons as possible, and basically gathering up supplies. As much as we can, anyways. Okay, we've got axe throwers, we've got cultists. Okay, I think the axe thrower is the most dangerous here, so we're going to deal with them first, here. We will have the archers deal with... I guess the Vevasector... No, we should probably deal with the babaus here. They're the more concerning, I think. We're going to have the skeletons deal with the babaus here. There we go. We will have the zombies go over the Vevasector Swarms. And the rest will be going. Thankfully, the skeletons are immune to such cloud effects. So we're going to deal with the Drekni here. There we go. We will have the archers deal with the... I guess the Vevasector... No, we need to deal with the Brimwarks now. The skeletons will deal with the demons here. We will have the zombie deal with the Vevasector Swarm by going here. And let them basically be a distraction, essentially. Okay. We will deal with the Dretches now, just in case. Nice. Alright, let's pelt the Brimwarks. No, the Vevasector Swarm is going to distract more than anything, so... Alright. We're gonna go for the Vevasector Swarm. Get the kill there, nice. That's one less enemy to worry about. Will this help? No, it actually kills people. Okay, so we can't use Cure Wounds as intended. So that is the downside with having an undead army. But we can eventually utilize Inflict Wounds, I would assume. So something to keep in mind. Alright, skeletons go down. Now for zombies. Okay, start just destroying these guys, and we're basically golden. Done. As you can probably guess, the forces are really strong at this point, so it's going to be really easy to clear up. Okay, don't show the tutorial again. The forces of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth have been destroyed, and now there's no obstacles to sending scouts within the enemy territory. Their reports will make the supply line safe from sudden attacks. Daily income increased to 100 finance, and we found 3,000 finance points in addition to that. We're going to deal with the demon army here, I suppose. There we go. Alright. Vrok's pretty dangerous. Not that bad, though. Let's wait until we need to... Well... let's deal with the Dretch first. Why not? I'm more worried about the Dretch than anything, because they're going to be causing the most trouble here. Okay, Skeleton, we want you to move 2 up and attack. Nice. Zombie, move 2 up, attack. Probably should have moved the zombie there. My mistake. Ah, well. Doesn't seem like that's going to affect them too much. Alright, we're going to just use a Scorching Ray to make it convenient. We will attack the Dretch again. There we go. We will attack the Brimwarks from behind, while our zombies go, I guess, here. There we go. Alright, they're going after the... it's pretty self-explanatory. Actually, you know what?
There's an easy way to go about this. We'll just let them go attack normally. Okay, we attacked the Cultist Spider here. No need to sugarcoat what we're doing here. Alright, damage is going there. Skeletons probably go back here. There we go. And now we can deal the dretches. Bop. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright. Skeletons rush forward. And zombies. Boom. No need to waste a mana. We recover and we get more forces. As we slowly scale up our forces to a crazy amount, I would assume. What first appeared to be stone enclosure used for demonic sacrifices actually turned out to be a desecrated ancient shrine, where Sarkonian druids once offered their prayers, many ages past. Soon, it will once again become a bastion of peace and a spiritual fortitude. Daily income has increased even further. Gonna save here. Alright, we're gonna deal with this army here. And yeah, it seems we got a Nabasu here with ghouls. Interesting. Got cultists, ghouls. I think the biggest thing we need to deal with is the Nabasu, because negative levels, naturally. Okay. That did not work as intended, but that's fine. Thankfully, we got skeletons handling most of this, so... Nice. Alright, zombies go in. Ah, because of high morale. Bop. Okay, good job, skeletons. Good job, zombies. Okay, we're gonna deal with the Nabasu again. Just missile them down. We shall deal with the... Yeah, let's deal with the remaining 5 ghouls. Minimize the attack amounts. Okay, that's another... Okay. We're gonna shoot over here, get the cultists. Nice. It appears the zombies have been paralyzed, but that's fine by me. We should be able to diminish their forces quite easily. Oh. We'll go in from behind, take out the majority. Ah. Thank you for healing my group. Alright, deal damage there. Attack the cultists from behind, and we are good. Our forces immediately replenish. And we get more forces, slowly building up our forces significantly. And we got a dagger out of it. A +2 cold iron finesse wielding weapon that deals an additional 2 force damage per dice rolled, with spells with the force descriptor. Interesting. Evidently, demons had taken a light to the place that had been using it for sacrificial site for quite a long time. A dagger, presumably used for killing innocents, was found plunged into the center of the ritual symbol. Cool. As for our army here, it's still slow, but it's fine. We still got a ways to go anyways. Besides, we still gotta move our other armies to some degree. And for this army, we just need to move over to Dresden and we should be good. Alright, end it off there. And that's all we can do for a day. Now, all we gotta do is close out and we should be good. I do think I need to talk to one more person before we move on, though. But other than that, we should be fine. Okay. Okay, it seems like, yep, we don't need anything else here. We've done our first essential assault. Well, we've basically done our first assault. And I think we just go to... I think we go to the fortress gates here. We got everybody we need currently, so yeah, let's just dip. Alright. Okay, Let's see, what do we have on our list? Let's start with that. Okay. Search for traces of unusual demon activity. Find the missing crusaders, and issue an order that will allow Irbeth to spend more time among the common soldiers. And of course the Dragon Hunt. We just need to bring out the Dragon Hunter, but we're going to hold off until we're finished with the scouting mission along with anything else. Okay, I think we need to go to Winter's Run here, so that is going to be our next goal. So what I think we need to do is start traveling past to get to Winter's Run. And I think with that we have to go down through this fortress. So we're going to have to do that first. Thankfully it's a new day dawning, so there we go. Let us go to our armies and let's get moving, I suppose. Okay, continue on. Okay, all the way over. Okay, Shrine of Sacrilege. Interesting. Okay, we go along here. Oh, let us save, because this is going to get bloody, I would imagine. We're also going to have to go to Keeper's Canyon, I do believe. We pursue, though. We want to kill as many enemies as possible to increase our forces. Brutality is necessary, essentially. Ah, I see. Plagued wolves, plagued simoleons. Let's see. I think the most dangerous is obviously the plagued simoleons, so we're going to deal with those. We'll get the skeletons on this. There we go. And the zombies will deal the plague horses. There we go. And I might as well just swap over to the simoleons here. There we go. Okay, they're going to start attacking the skeletons. Should be fine if they just attack, as long as we just don't overextend our infantry size for the infirmary. Naturally, we get gains. Having buried those who died from the plague, warriors searched the place to find a small grave where Sir Doland Arueshalae, the hero of the Second Crusade, rests in peace. They take care of the grave and clean the dead bodies and dirt from the small oasis nearby, and the water instantly becomes clean, clear, and sweet. This place is much loved by spirits and gods. Daily income increased. Energy points ×4. We're going to move back to the army. We want to clear out that fortress real quick. That is going to be vital for us. Alright, looks like we got a few creatures here. Fallen Knights, Ash Giants, and Osmosises. I think we go for the Fallen Knights here. They're on a mobile unit, so better to play it safe than sorry. And we want to arrow up the bows. Okay, they're going after the archers, that's fine. Zombies are really speedy for some reason. Mainly due to morale, I would assume. We're just going to archer up the giants here. Okay, they're throwing another rock. Understandable. We're going to use this chance to harass the giants then. And I could probably get the kill here if I wanted, but no, we're going to deal with the Osmosises, even though they don't deal damage. Alright, deal with the Ash Giants now. That's down to 1. Okay. The skeletons are going to focus on the osmosis, actually. We'll have the zombies focus on the ass giant. There we go. Now we can just easily whittle them down without any worry. Done. Seems the skeletons are the most powerful, though, which is good. Alright, we managed to get a level. Nice. We can get Fireball, Haste, Slow, or Bear's Endurance. Let's see. Target unit gains +3 plus power, divided by 8 bonus to maximum HP for 3 rounds. We are going to go with Fireball, because that actually deals it in a 3... It's basically Scorching Ray, but it's in a 3x3 area. As you can imagine, that's a very powerful ability. So that's why we're grabbing it. We're going to continue to pursue. We want to take everything from them. Aggression is necessary. Alright, Brimwarks are going to suffer. Alright, we're going to chop them down here. There we go. Move up. Ah, we can attack the cultist spider here. Nice. I guess we don't really need to worry too much about the cultists, but yeah, we don't need to use any magic here. There's no need. There we go. And zombies going for a smack. There we go. 56. And archery, and obviously skeletons. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. Eventually, we should be able to convert most of these people into better units, but we'll see. Crusaders attacked the demons as a propitious moment. When they were trying to sink a stash of cold iron ingots into near sand swamp, that hoard of metal would have been deadly to the beast of the abyss and safely ended up in Mendevian warriors' cares instead. Nice. There's also a party teleportation for the commander, if we wish to use it. There is no need just yet, but that is something to keep in mind. We're going to manage the stone maze and get it set up quickly with the requisite building materials. Okay, we're going to start with the supply center as usual. We'll buy a little bit of materials here. There we go. So that way we can get ourselves an inn. There we go. That's going to further increase our, benefits. We should be good. In the meantime, in Dresden, I do believe, I want to... Oh, Crusade. Hold on. Alright, logistical command has been sorted. Cool. Forming a diplomatic council. I think we should issue that decree next, being the next best important thing. Okay. Is there anything else I want to cover? Let's see. I should probably recruit people, actually. So we're gonna get some... let's move over to Crusader Armor 5. Yep. We're gonna recruit some more people there. We're gonna recruit some archers here. There we go. Just so we have our supplies, working in tip-top shape. Okay. Let's see. Do we need to merge anybody? Not really. We'll get the Rangers here, I suppose. There we go. Alright. Resupply Squadron should definitely be moving back to the Crusader Army here. Because that is their job. Actually, I could just theoretically send them over to deal with this demon army, but they're not strong enough yet for that. I'm going to travel over. Alright, let's merge up. Alright, that's 50. Alright, that should be enough. We will be setting up reserves for later, but for now we should be good. Alright. I do believe I need to talk with... Hold on. Middle game. Form a staff council, main stables, order the crusade craftsmen to improve relic. Solemn hour, we've done that. Deponic, that, okay. In pursuit of the past. Okay. I feel like there's something I need to do. Hold on. Alright. The Secret of Creation. Go to the Heart of Mystery. Okay, we don't do that just yet, I guess, for now. Okay. Dragon Hunt is not too concerning just yet because it's not a red type ability, or red decree just yet. So we don't need to worry about that. So what we're probably going to want to do is go to Winter's Run to get the missing Crusaders. But you know what? There's an easier way to check, I do believe. Let's see. Shallow Grave, no. Alright, I think we're going to definitely start with Winter's Run. That's going to be our goal to start with. Okay. I'm going to go to the Stone Maze to start with. Oh, there's someone on the road. Get ready. Alright, everybody get organized, get ready. Alright, I think we should start with buffs. And we should probably organize everybody a little bit. Okay, you go here. Beastman, Triclops, then Trapjaw, I guess, is the right positioning.
This way.
Alright. Yep, that's everybody's setup. Okay, now we just gotta organize our statistic sum.
I crave for adventure.
Knowledge is the key to
Alright, we're gonna start with Bless. Alright, we get Shield of Faith on the more important people. I guess the Skeletal Executioner is nice, but we want the melee units who are gonna be most likely to be targeted. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna have Merman target himself with Barkskin. We're gonna get Fire Resistance, and let's go with Cold Resistance. Well, no, let's go Acid Resistance just in case. I much prefer Acid over Cold right now, given the game that this is. You're gonna go Freedom Movement. There we go. That should be enough for now. Alright, Beastman. Gonna pass up buffs everywhere. Okay, Triclops. He buffed himself, good. Okay, we're gonna use, I guess Barkskin on Skeletor? Yeah, we've got a lot of people to buff, basically. Alright, there we go. And I guess we can do the resist energy if we want to, but there's no actual need to do so. Not yet, anyways. We're going to heal up Panther, because positive energy is a heal for Panther currently. There we go, just get all that heal in. Okay, and we got Simoldian, Bear, Wolf. Shambling Mound is a weird one, but we're going to go with the Simolden. Or simoleon, I guess. Executioner's fine. We're going to keep with Vital Strike, naturally. But we're going to have Cleave set up, Improved Vital Strike, Power Attack set up. Set these here. There we go. That's the skeleton set.
Don't know?
Trapjaw is not a caster, so we don't need to worry about that. We do have Inspire Rage, though, so that's a nice ability that we have. We'll put the heal, I guess, here for now. Haste will go here. Arcane Weapon Speed will go here. And we should be good, I think.
I don't need anyone's sympathy. I'm losing my temper.
Alright, now we just need to start enlarging people. We're going to start with enlarging Triclops, naturally. Okay, hold on. I should probably organize things. Okay, so Mage Armor here. We got See Invisibility. Should move there. Web goes here, I guess. Feeble Mind is a single target, but it'll go there, I suppose. Regenerative Sinew is going to be a fantastic ability. Yeah, I completely forgot that was there. But hey, that's not bad. 4, we got Fear and Ice Storm set. As is Feeble Mind. Okay. Gonna make Triclops large. See Invisibility. Alright. Mage Armor. We're going to use Heroism next, which is going to go onto our more primary people. Starting with Beastman. Then Trapjaw. Triclops. And I guess Merman. Or Skeletal Executioner. We're going to go Merman here, just to be safe. Then we just go Immunity to Poison here. There we go. Alright, we good. And I guess we can do regeneration on the Skeletal Executioner while we're at it, because why not? There you go, man. Fast healing. And fast healing is not going to actually go against the skeleton, because that actually heals without any indiscriminacy towards it, which is nice. Alright, what's going on here? I could still fight. Quick, tie him up. It's the Crusaders. The Crusaders are here. The Crescent of the Abyss must be informed. Oh, interesting. I see. Baphomet cultists coming in. Okay. Understandable. Ow, that crit is not fun. Jeez. That was a sudden crit. Good gravy. Man, they got a lucky strike in, that's for sure. Jeez. Oh, there goes Merman. That's fine, though. Man, they managed to get in really well. That's impressive. Okay. Okay, okay. Gonna have to figure out how they're getting in, though. That's a problem. Okay, well, at the very least we got, you know, curative spells now, so that's good. Use until fully healed. Use until fully healed. Okay, right. You are in your beast form, which basically means you can't use healing. We'll just use the potions, why not? No harm in using the potions. Okay, we can't actually go down there, so that's okay, I suppose. Okay. Unfortunately, you know, one of our compatriots died, or companions died, but that's just par for the course. I'm kind of used to it at this point. Don't expect them to live. That's basically the know-how I've got. Oh, but we did pick up some Summon Nature ally, I suppose. Now, how are they getting through? I would assume hiding, so stealth checks might be needed. Or are probably being used, I should say. Okay, we go here. Now we have two directions. We can either go this way or we can go this way. I do believe it doesn't matter which way you go here, so it's really up to opinion. So I'm just gonna go this way. There's someone on the road. Get ready.
I sense something.
Oh, hello.
There's something.
Traps and traps. I see. Okay, interesting.
I am finished.
Alright.
I sense something.
Ah, even more traps. Lovely. We'll save. Yeah, that's a lot of traps, jeez.
I am finished.
Alright.
It is done.
144. That's not a bad amount of experience, I must admit.
Finished.
Okay, but yeah, no, there's certainly something up there, so we should probably get ready, I suppose. Alright. What's going on here? Hello? Hail, Baphomet! Hear our prayers. Accept this sacrifice, Baphomet. Curse you all, praise be to Iomoday. It's him! The one who killed our brothers and sisters. Oh, I see. Wuljif rises from the stone throne and halts the sacrifice with a raised hand. The cultists throwing the knife over the victim on the altar stops. Wuljif is wreathed in blue flame and a demonic shadow rises up behind him. Easy now, we're all friends here. This was just a little bit of a misunderstanding. You thought you'd come across Crusaders, but they're fan of our Lord Baphomet too. Wuljif half turns to you, his right eye twitching, which you can interpret as an attempt to wink discreetly. Ain't that right? Let's just nod wordlessly. Wuljif's face lights up. Right, exactly. Pilgrims of the Worldwound, meet the finest member of our big family. Hey there, Chief. Long time no see. Why don't we hold off on the sacrifice for now? We need a drink for this happy meeting, am I right? Yeah, let's do that. Tie that one on the altar up again. We'll get around to slaughtering it later. The cultists exchange looks and whispers. The chief cultist lowers his knife. If the Crescent of the Abyss says so, then welcome. Make yourselves at home in the temporary camp of the Pilgrims of the Worldwound. Why did you attack my brothers? I wanted to sacrifice those Crusaders myself. The chief cultist's brow furrows in confusion. But we're the ones who found... What am I saying? It doesn't matter which of us make the sacrifice to our Lord, does it? We're all working towards a common goal, right? If you like, you can sacrifice our prisoner when we perform the ritual later. The cultist casts a weary glance at your weapon, but passes no remarks. It's good to see the Crescent of the Abyss, our beacon in the darkness, and our oracle, has resolved this misunderstanding. Relax, friends, and after, if you wish, you may join our pilgrimage. Good question, isn't it? Let's save.
Wherever my legs
Managed to get a lot of loot. I guess he's doing it for the cash, I would assume. Hey there, Wooljeff. Wooljeff is waiting for you next to the altar, wearily wiping the sweat from his brow. Phew. I thought I was done for. Could feel it in my tail that they were gonna kill me. If you ain't a sight for sore eyes, Chief. When I heard that the gargoyles hadn't got you, and that you were running the show up at Dresden now, I can't tell how happy that made me. But that night it all happened. I tell ya, I was so scared I couldn't see straight. I wandered around, wondering if the chief and the rest of the gang were lying in an open field with their eyes pecked out. Even my conscience picked a little, thinking about how I ran. But when you look at it from my side, what else was I supposed to do? The actual paladins were getting cut down left, right, and center. And then these pilgrims of the world would tell me that Dresden's been reclaimed, that there's a new commander called Skeletor. Well, I said to myself, there can't be two demon-slaying dynamos with that name. Must be you. So I cut my way through the circles around Dresden, and I waited for you to come out. At one point I got so desperate I almost went right up to the city walls. But I thought better of it. Although an arrow in the skull would be a sight better than running in fear of Vortiel. Wooljeff sucks in a breath and keeps talking to Rush like he's afraid you'll turn around and walk out. Do you know Vortiel? I don't either, but I remember her name because of what Brother Millerin yelled in the basement that time. I'm gonna tell Hesmer and Vortiel, or something like that. Anyways, my shadow told me that Vortiel is that demon, and I should be scared of him. Because he is after the moon of the abyss, but the shadow's a whole other story. But if you want to know why I hadn't just come to Dresden, I need your help. It's a matter of life or death, Chief. Slow down, you're not making sense. What's going on here? Wooljeff lets out a breath. Okay, I'll shut up, I mean it. I won't shut up, but ask me what you want to know, and I'll tell you. What was that? That was my cunning plan, Chief. Wooljeff Chills is whipping back and forth so fast it's a blur. Pretending to be a cultist of Baphomet. Good thinking. But why did you ask me to do it? Oh, you got to the crux of it, Chief. We have a secret mission here, you see. To save a life of a good man, in other words, me. Well, not just me, but I'll definitely die too if these guys see something they don't like. I'll be on the altar next to that poor sap before you can say, Hail Baphomet. Why did you run the night we fought the gargoyles? Run? Me? I fought them. I did. You should have seen me. I got one right on the nose, sent it our tea kettle, and it flew off. I got into scrapes a few times before, been caught up in the surprise of dead nights, more times than I can count. So that's why I leapt up quick as anything, grabbed my knife, and well, of course I made a run for it. What else was I gonna do? I'm just a thief, city boy. I don't go toe-to-toe with demons. Sure, I said I'd help you out and all, but that was before. I didn't sign up for a nighttime gargoyle attacks. What kind of idiots attacks in the middle of the night? I thought war would keep more civilized hours, to be honest. Wrong again. So apologies, Chief. I always end up on the winning side. It's just my nature. You and your lot in the camp that night did not have the look of victory about you. And it's not like I've had been much of help. If a gargoyle snatched me in its claws, of course I decided to run. And run I did. So what's your relationship with the Baphomet cultists? Wooljeff looks pensive. It's complicated. It's a story of unrequited love. Really, they love me. And all I think about is how to get away from them and save my own skin. Well, you seem to have yourself a nice little setup. Maybe I should just leave you here with your underlings. Wooljeff heaves a sigh. To tell the truth, I can't cool my heels here for much longer, Chief. I could have run from the family and kept running for a long time, but you don't run from Vortiel. He's a demon. If you don't find me first, they'll sell me out as soon as they get sick of me. I can feel it in my tail. Or else I'll end up on that altar. Woljif leads closer, his eyes gleaming. I know you, Chief. You're the type of warrior that all Mendov should be praying for. When I was in the camp, all I heard was Chief this, Chief that. There's no better chief than ours. If you need to sort out the demons, call the chief. That's what people were saying. I swear I heard it with me own ears. So, will you help me? You said some shadow's been talking to you. Is that right? Not just any shadow, my special shadow. After I spent a while running around the world wound, scared out my wits, it suddenly crept out and whispered in this distant-sounding voice. Vortil, north, fear Vortil. And the name was familiar, because that's what Brother Merlin yelled out, and I put two and two together. This Vortil was in the north, and I needed to make sure he didn't find me. Bit by bit, I got the shadow to tell me that Vortil was a demon, and that he was looking for the moon of the abyss. Who knows why? By the way, I have a couple thoughts of my own about the moon. I'll tell you about them once we're out of this mess. Remind me why I shouldn't kill these cultists here now. Because they will still be useful to us, if you decide to help me. And thanks for not trying to kill him as soon as you got here, by the way. Their leader is a nervous sort. He would definitely stab the lad on the altar if he caused a fuss. They think if they perform all the sacrifices, Baphomet's going to appear and hand out powerful spells like candy. What do you want from me? In a nutshell, Chief, I got a bit of situation here. One wrong move and I'm a goner. The demon Vortil is in the vicinity somewhere. A good man has suffered. The cultists are animals. I just want to get out of this and make Vortil back off. But without you, I've got no chance. Help me. I won't forget it as long as I live. Who is Vortil? All I know is that he's a demon that sent Brother Merlin to get the moon of the abyss. Now that I have the moon, Vortil's after me. I'm already tired of running from him. He's gonna catch me soon, I can feel it. Alright, what parts of the cultists are playing in your plan? Woljif glances around, making sure you're not overheard. Do you know why they called themselves Pilgrims of the World Wound? Because they're itching to meet big-name demons like Baphomet. It's like they're on a pilgrimage. So that got me thinking. Since they listen to me, we can lead them to Vortil and mess with their heads a bit. Say that Baphomet's been calling him nasty names. And let the cultists fight Vortil for us? It'll be a riot. Cultists helping us take out demons? Well, what do you think? What good man are you talking about? Me, of course. Woljif folds his arms. I'm a prisoner here, you know. And I suppose there's also the other fella, Devil, the one that's tied up. I kinda owe him one. I made a dumb mistake and now he's paying for it. Now don't get me wrong, I couldn't care less about the guy. He got himself into this mess. Except if it wasn't for me, then maybe I wouldn't have caught him in the first place. These pilgrims kept asking me, will we have to wait long for the favors of Lord Baphomet? As though just because I have a shadow, I should know. What am I, some kind of demon worshipper? I just kind of put on a kind of knowing air and said to him, do as you have been doing and favors will come. They took it to mean that they needed help cutting people up on the altar. I tried to put him off the idea, but didn't listen. I acted like I was discussing things with my shadow, and I kept trying to hold him off, saying that the stars weren't in alignment and that raining eyeballs were a bad omen. I'd run out of ideas just before you showed up, Chief. I was already considering just letting him do it. He was a crusader after all, you know, demons would probably get him in the end either way. It's not my fault that's how they do things. It was either him or me. Woljif sighs and turns away. His tail is twitching from side to side in agitation. There is one way to get us, both of us out, but I can't manage it on my own. I need your help. Alright, I'll help you deal with Vortil. Woljif's face lights up, and the tip of his tail dances through the air. I always knew you were a special sort, Chief. Let's go break his horns off. We need to go to a patch of scrubland by a bend in the river. It's not far, I'll show you. Nothing interesting about that place at all, but that's where I was when my shadow came out and started pushing me back the other way. Says that Vortiel would find me there easily there, that he'd swoop in and tear me limb from limb as soon as I popped up. I wasn't long turning away from that place, I tell ya. There's just one other thing. We need to round up my lackeys and send them off on an errand. While they're gone, we can free the prisoner. No point in leaving him here to board stiff, right? Alright, interesting. Alright. As he begins to discuss and try to convince these guys. Okay. Alright. Let's hope that works. We're sort of playing on thin ice here, man. Commander, a moment of your time. The young crusader cautiously gets to his feet, unable to believe that he's finally free. At last, the day has come when those odious faces no longer be looming over me. The cultists hid my weapons and armor somewhere. I'll find them, and then take my leave of this place forever. They're over there with the rest of the stolen stuff. I made sure they didn't go walkies in the night. I'd hope you make it out of this somehow. Thanks for your efforts, Woljif. Go. Time is of the essence. If there's a demon hunting you, better to lure him into a trap and strike first. Who are you? The Crusader bows. Devil Grenvsar at your service. Nobleman, Crusader, and only surviving member of my unit. What are you planning to do now? Find my armors and weapons, find something to eat, then leave this place as quickly as possible. The Crusader looks ahead with grim determination. Perhaps I will die in a wound, but I will die with a sword in my hand, not like an animal at a slaughterhouse. And if I do make it out, I shall build a temple in Iowane's honor in my hometown. Yeah, you're rich enough to build a temple, if you fancy it. You were complaining that your parents didn't give you enough money. I think we had slightly different conceptions of what counts as enough money. In any case, money is no longer a concern of mine. My life and my legacy belong to the goddess who sent you and the commander to my aid. How did you end up here? The Crusader's eyes stared into the distance. Solely through my own foolishness, because of my inability to fight like a man, I thought the crusade would be the best way to make my mark in history. I dreamt of the glory, of the respect that would be otherwise denied me, as the third son of a noble family. When an officer laughed at my skills and called me an ignorant interloper, how right he was. Fate has a twisted sense of humor. My more experienced comrades died in this cursed place, one after another, but I survived. There were only 5 of us left in the end. Our hubris was gone. We were jumping at every shadow. And we weren't cautious enough. I was the only one who survived after we attacked in the night. I should have realized what was happening when the lookout went missing. Very well. Farewell. Good luck. May Iowaday keep you. And Woljif, you're fine.
Forwards? No, backwards.
Alright. But it seems like we gotta attack his mortal foe, I suppose. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this without him. But we kind of don't want to... We don't want to divvy up the experience too much, because we've already done so much of that already. And I don't want to do it again. Last thing I want is to swap up again. Okay, where is it that they wanted us to be at? Shallow Grave, Shrine of Sacrilege. It's somewhere near, basically. Alright, let's save here. Guess we're going along here. There we go. And now we go into Winter's Run. We are fatigued, I believe, but that's... Oh, no, we're exhausted. Okay. We're gonna set a small cap. We're gonna rest for the recommended period time. We are going to organize everybody into their positions, and we can do some scroll scribing here, if we wish. Let's see. We're always going to want displacement, so we'll have that as a set. Alchemy is not going to be the greatest here, but we will we'll try and at least get something here. Okay, let's see. Do we want glowing croissant? No, we should probably go fish on a stick at this point. Yep. We want fish on a stick strictly because of the energy purposes, so off we go. Let's hope we get lucky with the 70%. Okay, 9 hours pass. And our commands of combat continue. Dreams have puzzled the minds of mortals since ancient times. Strangely, the most oblivious explanation of the mystery of dreams has appeared quite recently. The most obvious, but obviously wrong one, is that dreams are but a delirium of a tired mind, as it digests the day's events. Ancient humans were much smarter when they thought of dreams were messengers, of good patrons or the opposite. The interventions of demonic powers. In this case, both hypotheses are correct, illogical as they may be. The commander is asleep. In his anxious dreams, he sees blood-stained stones, smoking torches, rusty chains and bars. Once again, he is in the dungeon of Dresden, chained in a cell. Huge demons lumber around, clawing at the filthy walls with horrifying sound. Death in their fanged jaws seems imminent, but more painful still is the expectation of tortures that never begin. Unable to move, barely conscious, in a horrible semi-delirium, the commander silently waits for whatever will happen next. Ah, goblin time. I see. I might have to wrap it up here then, but first I'm going to finish this up and then I'll wrap it up. The silence, broken only by the sounds of rough claws against rusty bars, weighs on the mind like a boulder. The fever of endless expectation is broken by a whisper, a gentle breath of fresh air in the stifling darkness. The ruby eyes of a demoness peer at the commander through the bars. She is similar in the other creature, the Abyss, but also entirely dissimilar. Remember me? I am Arueshalae. You gave me the gift of freedom. Now I will set you free. The chains holding the commander's body crumble to dust. Dark Visitor takes a step towards him, passing through the bars easily as if they were made of paper, and holds out her hand. Fly with me. In response, the commander can only mumble, I've been expecting you. And I have come. The dungeon disappears. Now the demoness and the commander are flying over the moonlit plain. Enemies are hunting you. Demons that have somewhat acquired unusual powers that are unprecedented among common demons. You are also hunting them. You are trying to figure out who is sending them and where their source of power lies. I will show you where to find the answer. A finger with a manicured claw points down to a cliff top, where stands an ancient fortress, slowly crumbling to dust. A bell without a tongue, an insane crone. Make it speak once more and she won't be able to keep her silence either. She will give you the answers. Wake up. The image fades away. The commander opens his eyes and whispers a word. Unknown. Alien. Brought by the passing dream. Green Gates. The name of the fortress. If the demon is to be believed, what a curious notion, there's a deranged crone hiding there who knows where the demons with these unheard-of abilities are coming from. It will be intriguing to learn who this crone is, what she knows, and whether this dream is but a trick to lure the commander into another trap. But we cannot find out without visiting the place from the dream. Alright, but first we have bigger fish to fry. And, of course, let's just wrap up edicts before we wrap it up, I think. That'll be our go-to, I suppose. Let's start with edicts here. We formed a diplomatic council. Perfect. Okay, there's a request from the theater crew. Arrival of Blackstone Company. We're going to form a staff council, which is going to require a day. Let's see. Relics. We've already done decree. Let's see. Can we do anything here? Oh, right. Yes, we can. We can actually do multiple decrees here, actually. So that's my mistake. We can study the Sword of Valor, or we can do with the Lost Scouts. We're not going to do the Scouts. We're going to go Sword of Valor here. Let's see. Yeah, we can't do anything else until we've settled what we're going to be doing. But other than that, that's edict set up. And let's quickly move to battles before we continue on. Let's see. Okay, close that. We want to go back to campaign here. And I guess we just send our advanced squadron out to quickly dispose of anything we can real quick. Or try to anyways. Alright. For this demon army, it's a rank 6 army. Shouldn't be too hard to deal with real quick. Alright. I think we start with a fireball. Naturally is the best course of action. Alright, so we go with the fireball and we can target the Draknari. No, we're gonna go with the Scorching Ray here, I think. There we go. Deal with the Draknari immediately. Then we can whittle down the... Let's go with the Brimrocks here. There we go. Then the Skeletons. They'll deal with the majority here. We'll have the Zombies move up. Alright, they're gonna start attacking, naturally. Okay, we want to deal with the Dretch in the back, I suppose. They're gonna be the most annoying. Alright, Skeletons deal with them. Zombies deal with the Grimrocks now, being the more dangerous, I think. There we go. I shouldn't need to do anything about them. Actually, no, we're going to have to deal with the Vevasector Swarm here, so we'll just do that. There we go. Okay, we're going to do the Dretch real quick. There we go. We'll deal with the Brimrocks now. Nice. Zombies are going to start moving up. Alright, Skeletons and Zombies are now harassing these guys. Makes sense. Alright, Zombies. Nice. Yeah, they're not really putting a big dent into our forces, I don't think. Skeletons are doing really well, though. Nice. Okay. Managed to get our forces back. Grow our forces. As is the undead, skeletal, and zombie way. Oh, there is an army approaching, though. Okay, where is the army? There they are. Okay, so the army is going to be approaching from here, it seems. So we got to keep that in mind. So, in fact, we might actually want to go directly towards them instead. Okay, that actually brings us back here. That's not what we want. Okay. That is our force. Crusader armies here. Alright, we're going to wrap it up here. Let's go back to the map. Okay, let's close out of here. And yeah. See if we can get into Wince Run here, and we will wrap it up. Alright. We were unfortunately unable to get the cathedral as I wanted, or I guess necropolis. We were definitely able to solve some of our problems. We managed to find Woolgif at least, so that's a plus. But we managed to do quite a bit, and I'm quite satisfied with the results. We will need to probably buff up here for next time, but I'll worry about that for next stream. But alas. For those of you on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see more of my stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to catch my streams, you can catch me 3 to 7 MST time. If you want to catch my streams, you can catch me at twitch.tv/FMIPon. You can check the About section on my YouTube channel, or you can check the link down below in the description of the video you're watching. For those of you on Twitch, or those of you from YouTube come from Twitch, welcome. Your support is always appreciated. The more support I have, the more content I can give you guys. Once I hit 50 followers and 3 concurrent viewers, I should be able to reach affiliate status, which would allow me to give you guys more content. Your support is always appreciated all the same, and I really do appreciate your support. For those of you on Twitch who want to get to YouTube, the best way to do so is search me up using YouTube search bar at FMIPon. You can scroll down, and if you see the YouTube photo, you can click that, and it'll direct you to my YouTube channel. Or, if you're watching for VODs, if you check the VOD description, there should be a link or two in there, which you can capture into your browser. If you want to watch my older videos, the best way to do so is on YouTube. It has everything since day one, so if you're looking for something specific, that's the best way to do so. If you want to see my new stuff, best way to do so is on Twitch. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys next stream. Take care, everyone, and have a good day. I hope you enjoyed that, like, quick, seamless thing. That was kind of surprising on my part. But I digress. Have a good day, you guys, and take care.